Hey guys, what is going on? I'm the Nufferdog, and welcome back to the 6th episode of Metroid Prime 2 Echoes. I freaking love this game, by the way. Just in case you didn't know, haven't caught my earlier episodes maybe. Yeah, I love this game. Probably way too much, because a lot of people think it's the worst of the Prime trilogy. It's my personal favorite, even if it's not objectively the best. Alright, so here we are in the Dueling Range, and we are going to have our first encounter with a very important enemy. This is a warrior Ing. The soldiers of the Ing Horde. Shape-shifting wall crawler, dangerous combatant in melee and at range, dislikes bright light. So these are pretty much your standard Ing enemies, and they're pretty powerful at first. Once we get some better weapons, they won't be quite so bad, but this first fight with one is actually fairly difficult. They use this laser attack a lot, but you can use the light crystal to your advantage here. They can be hurt when they're solid or in puddle form, but they're just very hard to hit when they're in puddle mode. So we just sort of sit here and wail away at him. He's gonna take a fair amount of damage to kill. In my recent episodes of this Let's Play, I've been noticing I have been rather awkward in my commentary, and been saying and way too much, and he just knocked me out of the safe zone with that beam, so that's something you gotta watch out for. And he'll de-puddlify up in awkward places as well. What was I saying? Yeah, I was just talking about how I and too much, and now here I am not being able to remember what I said and going Okay, there we go. First warrior Ing, dead. We don't get anything special for it, because he's not a boss. He just had all that fanfare and pomp and circumstance or whatever, because he was the first one. Also, here's our first instance of a dark door. They require dark energy to open them. So, I guess that's kind of a spoilerific hint as to what one of the other beams is going to be, but I'm not going to spoil that. Here's a light bringer. This is just this little thing that sort of derps around on walls and makes a safe zone. Since it's early in the game and we don't yet have any kind of protection, causing us to, not lose health ridiculously fast outside of safe zones, we might as well wait for him to come over here and then follow him along and blah blah blah. It's very slow, so this is kind of annoying. Yeah, I can see where people are coming from when they talk about the game being gimmicky and not as good in terms of this first section of going through Dark Ether without any kind of protection from the atmosphere. It is kind of annoying the way you have to hop to and from safe zones. This is an inactive light portal. Inactive ones are not logbook scans, so I guess that doesn't really matter. Still have this thing up here. We can't scan it. Catch this guy's safe zone before he runs off. And looking at my computer, my friend just invited me to play Team Fortress 2, but unfortunately he did so just as I was starting to record, so it's too bad. I also just realized I didn't do anything at the beginning of this episode to sync it up because of how I'm including the little beginning section. So we can get that over with right now. I accidentally included that at the beginning of episode 3, which is kind of funny. Bam. Bam. Okay. That's probably not necessary. Doesn't always even work that well anyway. So this is the dark equivalent of that room where we, bombed into a kinetic orb cannon and got an energy tank. But as you can see, we need some fancier gear. Why did I suddenly switch to this accent? I don't know. We need some fancier gear to, Oh, right! There's a boss here! Wow. I'm just such a space cadet. I really am, though. I space out when people are talking to me. It's terrible. This is a boss! This is the Jump Guardian. So that's pretty important, right? Space Jump Powered Warrior Ing. He has stolen our Space Jump boots, that assbat. And so he can jump really far. He's got all the standard abilities of a warrior ing, but he can also generate force fields, jump really far, and create shockwave attacks when he lands, and has a lot more health. So, this... We've already dealt with the Dark Alpha Splinter and Bomb Guardian, so we've already had run-ins with creatures that are, like, possessed by ing that have taken our abilities. But this is the first time we have a boss that is just a warrior ing, that's taken one of our abilities. This is also something I've heard people complain about, is the boss designs aren't original, because so many of them are, they just are souped up warrioring. That's something where I can agree with. These guys aren't that original, but on the other hand, there's not that many of them, really. So, I don't know. I mean, yeah, it's not great, but I can excuse the game for it. Because some of their other boss designs... Where the hell did he go? There he is. Some of their other boss designs are so great that, it's okay if they have a couple crappy ones. I mean, Metroid Prime 1 had some crappy bosses as well. I mean, the plated beetle showed up as a regular enemy later. There was that incinerator drone just kind of sucked. Alright. So the fact that we've just got one central safe zone we can stay in the whole time means we have constant health regen, in addition to those blade pods which we can shoot for quicker regen or missiles. So, because of that, this isn't really too hard. We just, because none of our damage sticks around, unless we just really suck at dodging and get hit a ton in a short period. It's really hard to lose too much health against this guy, so he's not a hard boss. It's just in hard mode, he takes a lot of hits to go down. He does start moving faster as you reduce his health, though, and in slightly different ways. I think he makes... got him down to just about half here. I think he starts making more use of jumping around really rapidly, protecting himself with the force fields and using shockwaves. But you can see he's doing kind of a predictable pattern here, so not too bad. He just kind of alternates. Jump, fire lasers, run a little bit, jump again. It's not hard. And the shockwave, you can just jump over. He just ran through the safe zone. I tell you, these ing, no respect for property. Yeah, because this safe zone is apparently just my personal property now. It might as well be. I mean, I'm the only one who's using Tharn things. The ing certainly don't want him around. Okay, jump. Jumpy, jumpy summers. I need to stop doing that. I think most of the Ow! Okay, so I did lose a good bit of health there, but the thing is, it'll regenerate, so it's not too bad. But you can see he's definitely moving faster now that we've gotten him to, like, the last quarter of his health. So this is where it becomes a bit challenging, just because he jumps around a lot and runs a lot. He's difficult to hit. Good opportunity to hit him is right after he lands from a jump. What was I saying? Oh yeah, I guess the professional YouTubers don't exactly, reference other YouTubers as much as I do. You could say I'm like the fan that suddenly gets their dream job and is, like, working on the thing that they're a fan of. I don't know. Whatever. At least I'm doing a decent job of umming less in this video. Where did he go? I feel like I'm about to just get crushed. Ow! Yeah, pretty much. Got hit by the shockwave for the first and hopefully only time. Trust me, later bosses will get a lot harder. There are a couple bosses, one in particular I can think of, that I will die on. You probably will see me die, and I will cut out any repeated attempts on it. To keep it from being boring, just a whole bunch of attempts against one enemy. And there we go. We dealt with the Jump Guardian. Now, boys and girls, can you guess what we're gonna get? Huh? I hope you can. If you have played this game before, you can guess all the stuff that happens. But if you played Metroid Prime, or watched my LP of that, no one watched my LP of that, it's my least popular out of 2, 3 now, we're getting the space jump boots. So this is one of the handiest power-ups in the game, so it's nice that we get it pretty early on. Earlier than in Metroid Prime 1, I think. It lets us double jump, plain and simple. you can see how that would be really useful, even though this game isn't exactly a platformer. It's a freaking double jump! What's not to like, other than the blatant unrealism of it? Ah, well. Alrighty. Well, it's still too early to end off the episode, so I guess we'll explore the rest of this room and take a look at all the little places connected to it. We can go so many new places with this double jump, and a lot of stuff as well that's just shortcuts and that sort of thing. I don't think we can really access any big new areas of the Dark Agon Wastes with these. The next main new area that we're going to explore is in the light version. But we can still check out some of these doors. This leads to... Ah! Yes, here we are. Dark Agon Temple access. We can see the Dark Temple for the first time. Must not say must not say must not say God! Oh my God, I am stupid! Must not say must not say must not say and then I use to transition to the next thing I'm going to say. Alright, this is the locks This is the lock system with 3 locks on it, English, that's preventing us from getting into the temple proper here, and there's this sort of weird sphere that's out of scanning range. Although it will probably cost us a lot of health to Dark Aether's atmosphere, there are some things we can do, at least one thing we can do, by exploring around this area. Light beacon, light beacon, light beacon! There we go. Yeah, still can't scan that until we get in there. Is that a morph ball? No, that one's completely blocked off. We can't get to the back of it. Of course we can't get to the back of this. That's the energy controller. Derp-a-der. Here's a power beam door. Ah, light crystal. Light beacon, rather. And Voila. Or Viola, if you can't spell. This is the first of the Dark Agon Temple keys. Lost my train of thought, and so I say... Alrighty. We need 3 of them. You guys already know that, though. But once we have all 3, we can, of course, unlock that lock system and get into the temple proper, and crap, there's no safe zone back here, and, that's not even a door, it just looks like a door. Troll developers. Trollololololololololololol, we put a fake door. Burr, burr, burr. Ho, 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 ho. You can't get into the temple. Ho, 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 ho. I don't know. Just roll with it. Okay. Back in the Judgment Pit, I believe this room is called, there are 2 other doors here that we just can't open. There's this one above here. This statue, though, that's important because the reason that the space jump boots were important is in the light equivalent of this room, this mining station, we can progress by jumping on top of that statue. But the door up there we can't open, so can't do anything from the dark end, on the dark end of things, I guess. Whew, really have lost quite a bit of health here. Over here is another one of these dark doors, so can't do anything with that. Let's just jump down back in here. Ah, there's inglets. And you're dead. No, were there 2 clipped into each other? Really, game? Okay, when they're blobs, I can see them occupying close proximity. But those were in the exact same spot, and I clearly killed one before there was another one right there. They were clipped into each other. You're not supposed to do that, game. Yeah. Oh well. Let's go through this last of these doors in here. And here's a light flyer. I mentioned earlier that these things are useful later on. The reason they're useful is they generate a temporary safe zone once you kill them. It is very temporary. Like light beacons, it only lasts a certain amount of time, but unlike them, you know, there is... Ah, it went away already. Yeah, I don't think they even last as long as light beacons. And, you know, you can't shoot them to reactivate them, so... Please tell me there's not any dark pirate troopers in here. Please let there be no enemies. No enemies. Okay. I am making the silly noises. I am making of the silly noises. In Soviet Russia, noise make you. You know I had to. You know I had to. I guess I'm gonna go through this portal off camera, and next time on Metroid Prime 2 Echoes, I will see you guys in the light world where we will progress using our new space jump boots. See you guys then.